Recently, another incident has occurred that reflects the brutality of some Armenians and once again demonstrates the true face of Armenia and the essence of its policy to the whole world. The Armenians beat and tortured an Azerbaijani soldier who went missing due to limited visibility due to bad weather in the direction of the conditional state border of the Shabuz district of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic of Azerbaijan with Armenia, and recorded all this on video, and spread those images along with photos in the press and social networks. Soldiers of the Azerbaijan Army, Akshan Babirov, born in 2004, and Hussein Akandov, born in 2003, have been missing since April 9. Only 3 days later, on April 12, Prime Minister of Armenia Nikol Pashinyan admitted that Azerbaijani servicemen were detained in this country. But again, with Armenian cunning and fraud, they said that the soldiers in the victorious army of Azerbaijan allegedly hurt each other, beat each other, and so on, so Babirov and Akandov took refuge in Armenia. On April 13, the Ministry of Defense of Armenia confirmed that Azerbaijani servicemen were detained in this country. Shortly after that, images of torture and inhumane treatment spread. However, after the photo of Akandov, who was physically and morally tortured by Armenians, was published, propaganda channels, media and law enforcement agencies connected to the Armenian government invented another lie. Allegedly, the Azerbaijani soldier killed the guard of the Zangezer Copper Molybdenum Combine, took his mobile phone, and so on. The conflicting information of the Prime Minister of Armenia, official institutions and the Armenian mass media about an incident and the photo of a tortured soldier can be considered as a spiritual, moral indicator of this ethnic group. There is the Geneva Convention for the Treatment of Prisoners of War. This document was adopted on August 12, 1949, that is, 4 years after the end of the Second World War. In other words, it also applied to the treatment of fascists who served in the German army in Soviet captivity. Articles 17, 18, 19, and 20 of this document protect prisoners of war from physical or mental torture or other coercive measures. According to the convention, prisoners of war who refuse to answer a question shall not be threatened, insulted, or subjected to any harassment or restraint. Interrogation of prisoners of war should be conducted in a language they understand. It is a fact that the soldiers of the Azerbaijani army are missing, but even if they were saboteurs as claimed by Armenia, they are still prisoners of war and their torture is prohibited by the International Convention. The mass media of this country reported that the guard of the Zangezer Copper Molybdenum Combine was killed on private grounds sometime before the incident. However, after the known photo was published, they attributed this incident to the Azerbaijani soldier. The Armenian authorities claim that almost all the unsolved crimes that happened in the country in recent days were committed by the Azerbaijani military. In this case, the unarmed soldier Hussein Akandov was attacked by the whole of Armenia. The official state institutions of Azerbaijan appealed to international organizations regarding the protection of their rights and their return to their countries. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan called on the international community to condemn the torture and inhumane treatment of the soldier detained by Armenia. These soldiers are not professional servicemen. They were conscripted into military service, and they are only 19 years old. His mother, Shalila Akandova, said the following about her son Hussein. Hussein worked as a laborer, carried stones, and took care of his family from the age of 9 until the day he left for the army. I couldn't work because of my illness. He is a very good son. He had only 5 months left to complete his military service. Armenian authorities and media are trying to justify the brutality they committed by presenting such a calm and hard-working Azerbaijani young man as a murderer and saboteur. Inevitably, the atrocities of the Armenians, the genocides they committed in Khojaly, Agdaban and other places are remembered here. Thomas DeWall, a British journalist and writer, an analyst at the Carnegie International Peace Foundation, an expert on the Caucasus, especially the Karabakh conflict, asked the former president of Armenia, Serts Sargsyan, "What do you think about the Khojaly genocide?" Sargsyan answered that question as follows: "Until Khojaly, the Azerbaijani side thought that they could joke with us. They thought that Armenians were not people who would raise their hands against the civilian population. We put an end to this stereotype. This is what happened. It is possible to expect all kinds of brutality from the representatives of the ethnic group who shot and killed unarmed civilians, the sick, the elderly, children, women, committed genocide and committed crimes against humanity. Torturing an unarmed soldier and then accusing him of a crime he did not commit is the result of Armenian national upbringing. This isn't propaganda against Armenians. They tortured an unarmed, missing 19-year-old young man, and by spreading his photo and video, they themselves carry out anti-Armenian propaganda. With this, the Armenian authorities and public confirmed that they are far from culture and humanism. Fergus Auld, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to the Republic of Azerbaijan, noted the following on his Twitter account. Watching the video spread about the violence against the Azerbaijani soldier is terrible. According to the rules of international humanitarian law, such treatment is unacceptable. In order to achieve lasting peace in the region, such cases must be condemned.